Hi, welcome to Truth of Tal and Isaac. I'm Tal.
I'm Isaac.
Episode number 143 coming at you today, and it's a big one. Recording from Florida with lots of guests in studio. This is our first 5-person episode Lions post podcast win. Then we're going to mix in, obviously, our guests and some of the best plays, our favorite plays in sports.
We're going to bring the guests on now just so you see a face, hear a name. So, fellas, come on in. Everyone, just stick your head in real quick.
Pop in, say hi.
Hello.
That's Ethan.
That's Ethan. I was on this.
Hello.
That's also Wiz. Same intro.
Braeden. Annual episode, appearance, came in last year. I'm back.
Want to fill up my water?
Okay.
Okay, he's going to go fill up his water. We're back.
Welcome back, everybody.
So, quick agenda. So, these guys, kind of live studio audience / guests, we're just going to try not to laugh. So, the 2 goals for us, try not to laugh the whole time, and also try not to hit the table too much. So, those are some communal goals. We'll all work on that. Let's start with Lions. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Do we want to go off the top? Do we want to go
we
right
got
into
just a couple of quick off the tops.
Okay.
We just passed our 4-year anniversary of our pod. 4 years. It's a big deal. 143 episodes. Everybody talked about doing a podcast during COVID, and a whole bunch of people did 3 or 6 or 7 episodes. No. 143, then you can start talking. We're in a different routine than everybody else. We're just better.
Okay, well, I want to thank the fans for having us still.
Thanks for your support, the loyal fans.
Thank you to the fans. Thank you to the live studio audience as well. Thank you to Mom, who's going to make turkey burgers for dinner tonight. We're really looking forward to that. We actually are.
Yep.
We're not even.
Good burgers.
And let's go with what else? Off the top. So, yeah, good job. We've done a lot of episodes. Way to go.
Okay. NBA TV ratings are getting lots of hammer in the last week or so. It's dumb because people just watch a YouTube 7-minute special of the Pistons win or loss, right?
Yeah, the YouTube 7-minute specials are really great ways to watch basketball games. No, look, here's the deal. Everyone's talking about the NBA ratings. I don't know the way I watch basketball games. I don't know if that contributes to ratings. I'm saying, what is a rating? Is it the actual local broadcast streaming? Is it the prime
I think
time?
so. I don't think streaming counts. So they lose, I don't know, easily a third of their fans that they don't record as watching.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean anything. The game's not going to change drastically because 1 year, the first half of the regular season ratings were down, right? If there's a big finals matchup, if the Warriors make a big run, if I hate to say that, the Celtics make a big run, the Knicks, basketball's fine. Basketball's fine.
If Sacramento and Milwaukee are the 2 best teams by far, that might hurt ratings a bit. But the NBA's always had traditional ebb and flow, injuries, drugs, TV wars, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Now there's too many 3-pointers. It's fine.
It's fine.
NBA's still very entertaining.
Next topic.
Detroit Pistons, waiver deadline, they had $14 million in cap space that they had to spend by last Sunday, and they brought up some G League guard. So are they washed?
We're going to talk about the Lions, who are the 1 seed and the best team in football. We're not going to talk about Detroit Pistons. Live studio audience.
Live studios, no Pistons?
Go Lions.
No Pistons and no Red Wings talk, because they're poop.
That's fine. They'll be okay.
Okay.
Next, what else do you want to talk about?
That's it. Let's roll right into the Lions.
Okay, go ahead.
We do have to spend a couple minutes talking about the Detroit Lions and the Buffalo Bills. Listen, everybody's talking about how bad it was. A whole bunch of things went right, and we need to acknowledge that and be aware of that. Lots of guys on defense got key playing time against a Super Bowl contender. That's just going to help us with depth.
Okay.
Offense, they scored 42 points, right? Goff threw for, 490 yards.
Yeah, I don't have the stats in front of me. Actually, I will say now, I usually have some notes in front. I like bullet points. I got my numbers. We're kind of going rogue, recluse, if you will. No notes. We're just going to rip it. If you hear cool sound effects, that could be planes going by. That could be people in the live studio audience. There's a whole lot going on. No, in terms of Lions, Bills, that was a tough watch. Obviously, the Bills are a fantastic team. All respect to Buffalo and to Uncle Phil and the loyal Bills fans.
Absolutely. Bills Mafia is great.
Much respect.
Shout out to Bills Mafia. Love to see you in the Super Bowl.
I wouldn't because...
Actually, I'd rather not see them.
Yeah.
But realistically, I would take them.
Yeah, I'm kind of at the point, and I've talked about this a lot, and we'll get into this, where it's just I'm very confident in whoever we have. And we were just watching the Philly game. We'll talk about that, where it's Philly's a great team for sure. But the Lions, I have a lot of confidence.
Lions
and just
are a great
figuring
team.
out, they're an awesome team. And when
The
you're a good
Lions
team,
you need to be able to score 40 points because the Lions are going to put 40 on your ass.
and that was kind of the positive because after the Buffalo game, it was a little bleak, and some group chats were pretty upset, and I kind of said, look, guys, like, this is an offense that can go put up 42 on any given Sunday, right?
Agreed.
So they can be in any
And
type
they
of game.
still have guys on defense. Branch, Iffy, Arnold is stepping up. They have guys who are going to make some plays. Zadarius Smith, he's a mean, tough dude.
He's a lovely
Don't mess
lovely
with him.
fella, and he's
He's a lot of fun off the field. On the field, he's tough.
yeah, Look, like
Campbell's playing like a beast. Anzalone's coming back. We're not done yet, so chill out, everybody.
yeah, like this. It was very reactionary, and I'll be honest. On the record, I took about a 4 or 5 day hiatus. I stepped away from the game of football.
We're not going to call it a period of mourning. You
No,
just had to step away.
I stepped away from the
Stoicism.
game. I focused on my mental health. I focused on my family. Brackets. I just watched more basketball. But like realistically, it was like I was really upset after the Bills game. I didn't watch Sunday Night Football. I didn't watch either of the Monday night games. I even missed Thursday Night Football. I watched the highlights the next morning. And I think by Friday, kind of afternoon, it was like the Lions are going to beat Chicago and we're going to get the 1 seed, and we're so back. And that's where we are. Do we have any more on Buffalo, or can we talk about beating the Bears?
I think we need to talk about beating the Bears.
Respectfully.
Again, we're recording at 4:30 p.m. on game day. We usually wait a couple days after. So we are pumped about 2 huge games. The Lions game, which they just squished the Bears. Sorry about that, Urban. And do we want to talk about Philly right now, how huge that was?
We can start really quickly. Basically, you guys watch the game more. Special guys, if you want to speak about the Eagles, Commanders, like final couple minutes, we were kind of setting up to record and half watching.
Yeah, jump in. So
Bauer and
huge
Wiz are
game,
all over
huge
it.
game.
Get in
Bauer,
here.
what's up?
Wiz will have a little bit more intel, but I remember I was sitting on the couch and these guys were getting ready to record. And then we look at the TV, there's like 4 minutes left, and we're like, they got a shot here. Wiz is going to come in with some more specifics, but I figured we should watch it before we start recording because this seemed like an important game.
Very strategic. We were pumped. Wiz, why don't you give us a little bit more
Thanks, pal.
specific analysis?
So we were kind of tuned in on the Lions. I'm not going to lie, I was tuned in on a nap. And then when I woke up from the nap, I checked, and I knew that the Commanders were originally down 2 touchdowns, and now they were up by 1. So we're like, whoa, got to put this game on. Put it on. Eagles got into field goal range, kicked a field goal. Then we're like, okay, there's still 2.5 minutes for Jaden Daniels to come back. And
Save us.
Save us. For Jaden Daniels to save us. He threw a pick, and then we thought it was over. There was like 2.5 minutes left. They were able to get a stop before the 2-minute warning. They kicked the field goal. So now there was, I think, 1:58 to get a touchdown. Jaden Daniels led an unreal drive. They had the ball on the 9-yard line with 10 seconds left
to play.
Probably had 2 chances to do it. Only needed 1. Won the game.
Old man Crowder, right?
Old man Jamison Crowder.
Nice.
Not
big,
the one.
big one.
Not the power forward who was a big part of Miami's bubble run in 2020. Not that basketball player.
Jay Crowder.
Jay Crowder of like the Jets from a few years ago. So Commanders eked one out. I'll be honest, I counted them out. I tapped out of the game and I said, look, like I don't trust Daniels
Listen,
right now.
Don't count out Seattle against Minnesota tonight. Things are going well for us. We're going to keep that momentum rolling.
That might age incredibly well and it might age terribly. But regardless, this shirt says it takes more and it takes more,
It
buddy.
takes more.
We're fine.
Quarter zip.
And he has a nice quarter zip on. I got him it.
Yeah.
Live update, it is 7-0 Vikings currently.
So it's over. No. Realistically, look, it's fine. I expected.
We know that's going to be a 40-point win. So
We're going to go play San Francisco next week and beat the corpses of the 49ers with all due respect. And then we're going to go back home and we're going to take care of Minnesota and we're going to fraud check Kevin O'Connell. I don't want to get into Coach of the Year because it means nothing, right? Coach of the Year means nothing. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't change us winning Super Bowl.
we do need to talk about this because realistically, we were just listening, watching, and the broadcasters spent so much time talking about Chicago, their future, their wide
Caleb
receivers,
Williams.
how good Caleb Williams is. Meanwhile, Detroit is punching them in the mouth, putting up 34 points. They easily could have put 50 on these guys. Finally, I think with about 4 minutes to play, some of the producers said, you guys should probably talk about the Lions and Dan Campbell. So they threw in a little bit of late Lions content. But they have, 19 guys on the injured reserve, and they just smashed Chicago over on the 19.
I feel like it's 21 or 22. If someone can confirm, I'd like that. But
Yeah,
regardless,
producer, can somebody give us an update on how many Lions on injured reserve presently?
I just
Keep
looked
rolling,
at
Isaac.
I just looked in the live studio audience and someone pointed up, gesturing that it's more than 19. I think it's like 21, 22. Regardless,
21's the number. Thank you.
21 confirmed.
Yep. It's like producer Ed from AM 800.
Yeah,
Yep.
21. Great
Producer
stuff.
Val.
This is great. We have like 3 producers and 3 guests. Really, really good work so far, guys. Buffalo game will wrap
If we
it
were
up.
Mike and Meg on AM 800 in the
Okay,
morning,
so
I
wrapping
would
it
be
up with-
Mike and you'd be Meg.
So wrapping it up with the Lions game against Buffalo. I don't even know what that means. Campbell obviously didn't have his best game as a coach. It didn't lose them the game. I do
Okay.
not think it lost them the
It
game
did not.
at all. What
They
lost
were
them the
losing
game?
that game because Allen had an MVP performance, and the Lions
Oh,
are missing a whole bunch of guys on defense.
Yeah, they're playing their 4th defense, but literally their 4th string defense.
Yeah, the four-string linebackers and defensive linemen.
Against a very good team, and very good quarterbacks will exploit 4th string defenses. However, the Lions have an offense that can compete regardless. And today, obviously, got some pieces back on defense, enough to beat Chicago. I have nothing more on Buffalo. Like, it wasn't a great game.
We
It was
don't
very
need to talk
messy.
about Buffalo anymore. I think we need to talk just a little bit about Chicago,
Yeah,
some of the
yeah.
key plays and key differences.
So let's
of the
talk
game
about them
today.
rather than just say
Sure.
we have them.
So, methodical, smart game. Obviously, with Montgomery out, Gibbs was the primary ball carrier. He just made plays. Like, he was getting 6 yards a carry. They just kind of gave him plays. Now, his stats don't show the 6 yards a carry because he had a whole bunch of goal line runs. You got the touchdown. It doesn't really matter. A lot of good plays. No spectacular plays from Gibbs. The spectacular play
I thought Gibbs was spectacular. I don't know what you're. This first of all, the spin move in the backfield
Oh, okay. The spin move was Barry Sanders.
was
Yeah,
about a
that was
14-yard swing because he was gonna lose probably 2 there and just kept running. Was Braeden who had the positive spin about Gibbs? And can you come in and tell us, or are you asleep? He's awake. He's back. He had an espresso 20 minutes ago.
Kicks in right about now.
Talk about Jahmyr Gibbs, please.
Yeah, so I was falling asleep probably mid-third. Like, going into the fourth quarter, I was kind of like, eyes were closed, head was back on the chair, and then all of a sudden, I just hear, like, the Nespresso going, grinding away at the coffee grounds, and I hear Isaac go, that's for Bray.
Even little kids in Mexico
give that.
drink coffee.
Yeah. And Tal muttered that off to the side, so...
It's kicking and screaming content.
Keep going, Braeden.
Chiclets, and then...
Keep going, Braeden.
And then all of a sudden, a little espresso was right in front of me. I sipped it down in the fourth quarter.
just
Now
alley-oop.
I'm back.
Alley-oop. That's all it
So
was.
back to Gibbs. Here's my take on Gibbs. Here's what I think. I was thinking this beginning of the week. So Gibbs has been able to run tandem. Gibbs has been able to run tandem with Montgomery all season, and last season. So here's the thing. Gibbs' back is up against the wall. He will get more touches, so he'll be able to get in a groove. And he's definitely got a chip on his shoulder where he's like, everybody's saying, Lions running back core can't handle the workload that they once did because of Monty, blah, 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 blah. That's true. But when you put a guy in a position like that going into the playoffs who's had a great season and is just going to get a bunch more volume, I think this is going to be a good thing for Gibbs. Gibbs is going to play a lot better. We saw him run up the gut a lot today, which I don't think I've seen all season because you just hand those to Monty. And, he runs for 6.5 yards a carry, and that's fine, and that's great. But Gibbs was able to showcase that side of his play style rather than just run on the outside and, run faster than everybody else, which he can do when he needs to. So that's my Gibbs take.
Good analysis.
Great stuff. Wisbout, you guys feel free. Just come in whenever you have
Jump
some
in.
analysis.
What do you think was the key play today for the Lions' victory?
I hate doing this. Okay, go ahead, Brady. Because I'm just
Okay,
going to get
go ahead.
mad. Go ahead.
Fake Jared Goff, Gibbs stumble
So good.
over the top to
Listen, I set
Laporta.
that up for you very nicely. Please describe it for the
Alley-oop.
fans.
Goff and Monty, was it last week?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, 4th and 4, 4th and 5, 4th and 1?
Fourth one, this was Green
Okay.
Bay.
Okay, yes, that's right.
Thursday
Okay,
night.
4th and 1. Jared Goff takes the snap, trips over his center's ankle, and has a knee down on the ground. He's falling down, composes himself, hands it off to Monty. Monty runs for 4 or 5 yards for the first down. That for a first down we didn't need to try and go for.
And he saved us, and obviously, so that was a crazy huge play. And then this game, it kind of looked different from the jump because I saw it, and
You called it first, I think.
Kind of hiding the
I
ball.
think I exclaimed something like "It's a fake!" I think I yelled that
Yeah,
because
those
it
plans.
looked
Trick
just-
play.
And then I watched the replay and the announcers, and I'm trying to be nice, but the announcers, maybe I'm biased because I like the
You're going to have
Lions.
to try really hard because they were terrible, and it took about 7 producers to yip in their ear. It was a trick play. He faked the fall down, and then Gibbs dove to sell it even more. Touchdown pass to Laporta. It was great.
So initially, I'm like, I think it was scripted. As soon as it kind of happened, because Goff looked so calm after he did the fake stumble and he got up. I'm like, he didn't he didn't show any signs of, this is a broken play, I'm just trying to throw it out of bounds and save a sack. He got up and said, like he looked directly at Laporta and knew where he was going. And then they showed the replay, and this is how I knew initially. The Lions sideline all reacted very normally. Usually, if you see Goff stumble, the sideline cam would kind of be like a panic or some movement. Everyone was just straight-faced, like Ash and Ginty, like just like this, because they knew that it was a fake going to Laporta in the back of the end zone, right? So great play. That was obviously big. Roughing up Caleb Williams when the game was over. We'll be careful with what we say here.
Listen, I'm tired of the talk about Caleb Williams is going to be the franchise-saving quarterback and he's going to be the savior. He's got to show it to us. Does he have some skills? Yeah, he's got a cannon and he's got some feet, but he does not make good decisions. He had a couple of poor decisions today that put them behind the 8 ball, and they were never really in the game.
Braeden, you're still here. I just remember that. Do you want to talk about Caleb Williams? Maybe how he paints his nails? Do you have any choice words to say about it? It's fine to say.
You just remembered that I'm still here, or you just remembered?
I saw you.
Oh, you just saw me, and then you
Yeah,
remembered,
I
oh my God,
remembered.
there's a guy behind me
There's
still.
a guy behind me still.
Caleb Williams, I don't know. Like, you look at certain guys, and you're just like, oh, you're not that guy. And Caleb Williams is one of those dudes where it's like, you look at a guy like Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, like guys like that where you're like, you're a young quarterback who does good job. And does good job.
Does good job.
He does good job, and you are that guy. Like, if we need to count on you, you can make a play.
I'm
And I
picking
don't think
Drake
Caleb
May and
Williams.
Jaden Williams over Caleb.
I don't think.
Did you just say?
Caleb's such a-
Sorry.
I'm
Jaden. No. I'm going to expose this.
Oh, yeah.
Jaden Williams
Yeah, that's
isn't a
what I'm
player.
saying. No.
That's not a guy.
Yeah, they're
Jameson
watching.
Williams.
Who were you referring to?
watching-
Wiz, get in here. We're here with
Jaden
Jaden
Daniels.
quarterback.
Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels. I got a little excited there.
So
okay.
yeah. So Wiz, do you want to come in and talk about? I don't know. What do you
Those
want?
3 quarterbacks. Who are you picking first?
Say
Say them and
quarterbacks
say the names right.
again. Jaden Daniels.
Yep. Drake May,
Yep.
Caleb Williams.
Probably Drake May.
I have a radical Drake May agenda.
I know you're radical, but I would just take Drake May.
I'm a
like,
Drake May
solid.
extremist. Is that okay to say?
You're probably picking Phoenix guy.
I like Michael Penix. Wait, how do you say his name again? How do you say that? guy?
Penix?
Okay, sometimes I mix it
Did
up.
you say Peyton or Peyton?
So Michael Penix Jr., rather. I really like him. The whole Falcons thing is a whole different
Are we going to
conversation.
talk about the Falcons and the quarterbacks, Michael, and then one letter away from
No,
the
no.
inappropriate body part?
No.
Is that not appropriate?
Okay, Bow, get in here.
Read it.
Left-handed.
This is
it.
about no. Actually, I don't even know if that's safe to
Yeah,
read.
of course.
We
they're-
can talk about that.
Left-handed, both named Michael, both one letter away in their last name from male genitalia, and they
number
play
7.
both number 7, and they play for the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, that's
Who
just
are
an
they?
odd coincidence.
This is something for the
Yeah.
audience.
One
Who
guy,
are they?
One guy was
Yeah.
mean to dogs.
Yeah. So
Yes.
again, I don't even know if that's something to joke about, and I don't support that.
But honestly, I think it is because
don't.
that'd be a Jeopardy question, right? And the answer is who is Michael Vick? Who is
Michael Penix.
Michael Penix
Yeah.
Jr.
They never put that stuff on. I watched Jeopardy. I will say this. I spent a week down. Let me just say this. I spent a week down here with my grandparents, and Jeopardy 7:30 was a staple. And let me just say this. I love Jeopardy, but some of the topics and the questions, there could be some retooling for sure.
Yeah, potables.
Like there's some really obvious ones sometimes, like where it's like, okay, buddy. Anybody who's ever watched it, like there's a couple football ones where it's like, this is stupid. But then they do all the geography stuff, and then they all rattle it off, and Nona and I tap out. We say
Capital of Mongolia.
capital. Yeah, I just don't care about all that stuff. Anyways, Jeopardy, good show. Shout out Jeopardy.
Ultraban, 5 A's.
So we were talking about the Lions. Do we have any more on the Bears game specifically? Bao. This was Bao's first game watching with us on a TV, not in person. So just kind of some tips and tricks that you learned while watching a Lions game with us.
It's true.
Biggest tip is never say anything slightly negative against Jared Goff.
That's important. That's
Fact.
very important.
Especially on during the game, we can talk crap about Jared Goff now and like
Yeah,
what we
now
don't
it's
like.
fine.
No, we're
Get
not
fine.
talking about crap.
Also, never mention anything that might have bad juju associated. I thought, and I looked it up after, I was actually telling the truth with Tal Isaac.
That's the name of this podcast, dude.
Yep, yes it is. And I was telling the truth that interceptions are more rare this season. There hasn't been a lot of interceptions compared to previous
You
seasons.
can't say that when the Lions
So
have
we're
the
like-
ball because
look-
I could put bad
I
juju
guess
in the
somehow.
air. And
So
then
context.
Goff- yeah, for
Context.
I don't think Jared Goff heard me say it.
Context,
but
context, please. We're driving down the field, and Bao goes unironically. He goes, I heard he put his finger up and he goes like, he changed his voice and he goes like this. I heard there's less interceptions in the NFL this season, guys. And we're like, really? Like Goff's under center as he's saying this. And we're like, maybe not the best time. I think Braeden, like, really ironically knocked on like the wood table in front of us.
Yeah,
because it's like, not the best time. So what else, Bob? What other things
did not throw an interception this game, though? I just want to.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, I know who fumbled and who sucks. Caleb Williams. Okay, sorry.
And paints his nails.
And that's just fine though.
We're big on DEI, and so are the Chicago Bears.
Okay. So, Bao, what else do you have to say? That's not bad.
Dangerous territory.
That's not dangerous.
It was an enjoyable day so far, truly.
I like Wiz's face right there behind me.
Yeah.
Can you come in and talk, Wiz? You're just making a really funny face.
It's our lead analyst.
Yeah, so Wiz is
lead producer.
Wiz, just
Jump
get
in,
in and
Wiz.
start saying some really good things, man.
The reason I came in
Closer,
here was
buddy.
probably like 5 minutes ago. You guys were asking about the Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Caleb Williams. So I was just wanted to give my opinion on that. I think you have to take Jaden Daniels. Like, how do you not after this season?
I like Drake
And
May.
then Drake May can go too.
'Kay.
But I'm not out on Caleb Williams yet. I'm not ready to give up yet. But seriously, why does he hang on to the ball so long? Seriously.
It's not the Pac-12 anymore, buddy.
It's not the Pac-12.
What else do you have, Wiz? Anything else from a few minutes ago where you've just kind of stood there with a funny face? Or, like, keep going, man. You're doing great.
He's the Lions win. We didn't talk about J-Mo at all yet.
Let's talk about JMO, and let's not have the old head talk about it. Let's give this one to Braeden or
Yeah, go
Wiz
nuts.
to talk about. Braeden put his finger up. Braeden, you two get in here right now.
The flag to start the game, first of all, is a late hit that they didn't call.
Yeah.
And then apparently they called his taunting penalty because he threw the ball at the feet of the defender. What is that?
Apparently.
Seriously, what is that?
It was terrible.
That's shaven points, buddy. I saw longest yard. I know what shaven points is, and the refs were in on this one.
But
Go ahead.
He made up for it with, I don't know how long it was.
Braeden wants in. Go ahead, Bray.
Get in, Braeden.
Okay, different perspective on the JMO thing, but I'm going to talk about JMO football for a second. But back to the taunting penalty, like, he better have said something really, really bad and that the ref heard for a taunting penalty to go. Because otherwise, like, I just don't understand it. That's the end of the taunting penalty. Like, because it takes more than just throwing the ball at the defender's feet to get a taunting penalty.
Also, yeah, I'm jumping real quick. You should be watching this on YouTube if you're listening or whatever, because there's just a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
Because, like, I'm sure the audio
Does
is...
anyone want to talk about the 82-yard touchdown pass from Goff to J-Mo? That was pretty
So, I
important.
was gonna
to
get
the
We're going to
success of
get
the
there,
game,
buddy.
man.
We're just talking about how funny this is to look at. And Wiz just continues to make a funny face and makes me
Okay,
laugh.
so back to the
Bit
JMO
funny.
conversation. Back to the 82-yard pass, blah, 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 blah. JMO actually played football today. He's been a little quieter the past few weeks. He had a couple, sat out a few games. Wiz is laughing at something.
I think someone's knocking on our door, but I'm honestly not
someone's
sure.
knocking.
So we're just going to keep going and
someone-
hope they don't come in.
By the way, it's 7-7 now.
Doors locked.
Seattle, don't sleep on Seattle.
Enough. Don't do live
No
updates of a game.
sleepless in Seattle.
Okay, don't do live updates on a game that's
But he
going
thinks
to be...
he's John
Okay.
Gruden.
Okay,
By the
keep
way, we
going.
do have friends coming to visit us, so
Yeah, okay, we got
how
to
are you
keep...
going to get the door? Keep it rolling.
Bow, we got to
it
keep him
rolling.
out. Keep him out, Bow.
Keep it going.
Braeden, keep going. What else do you have to
Okay,
say?
so JMO, 82-yard. I'm taking the hot seat.
Take it
Just
off.
sit down. This is... I don't even know if I can air this.
For the first time ever, I'm actually the...
out. Keep going.
So, the first time ever, I'm in the co-host seat. Wiz is right behind me. This is a three-man show.
Now we can say whatever we want. No, just kidding.
No,
we
no.
won't. We'll actually
We
say
won't.
good
Yeah,
stuff.
no, we're really buttoned up. But back to JMO. He looked good. He sat out a couple weeks because of a couple suspension things, this and that. All the JMO stuff that we all know. Google
That we all
Jamison
know and
Williams.
love. That we all know and love.
We love JMO. He plays ball.
Free
blah,
him.
Blah 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 blah.
Free
et cetera,
JMO.
et cetera. Okay.
Yeah.
Go on and on about JMO being good. Yes, fine. But this week, he actually showed up. We're going late into the season now. We're about to get into the playoffs. I'm glad to see JMO catching 82-yard passes because he hasn't done that since week 2.
That makes me happy. Wiz?
Yeah, I think that makes me happy. I thought about it a little bit, and that makes me happy.
Let me just say, this can go completely off the rails right now. Like, there's no adults. Well, we're adults, actually. So never mind.
I'm the adult in the room.
Yeah, Wiz is actually the oldest here. So Wiz is in charge. Wiz, you're in charge. Is there anything else you want to talk about? I wonder
Man,
if people
Wiz.
would still be watching at this point. Like, maybe this is good, maybe this is bad. I lean good. Thoughts?
Okay, my thoughts are Coach Rob's definitely going to be here at this point. Coach Rob's a lifer. So that's the first thing. Second thing, Coach Rob, announcement for you. We played some really, really high-level baseball today at a really high-level facility. What was the park called?
Not sure. Oh, Fleshman.
Fleshman, okay? Has a couple diamonds in a really, really, well-to-do Naples neighborhood.
Wait, okay. This is good. Do we have anything else to say about the Lions, or should we just completely segue to?
Let's just roll with it.
Let's just roll. Wiz, do you want to talk Lions? Do you want to talk about being in Florida? Get in here, too.
We could talk about being in Florida.
Okay, so let me just write down the note because I have to write down the timestamp. Keep going about Florida. So kind of give context. Braeden, you should probably give context, and then Wiz jump in on your side.
Okay, tuners come down to, Naples every year. Last year, I was lucky enough to get the invite to come down. Never mind. Lucky enough to get the invite to come down. They're like, tuners, we got a couch for you. We got a place to stay. We'll feed you. We'll, give you house and home.
Nom. Keep going.
Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, I'm all over it. Booked cheap flight and came down for about a week. Played tennis nonstop, basketball nonstop, the whole bit.
This is last year.
Last year. So now, back to back, Drake, back to back, whatever sports team you want, back to back. I'm back to back. So I'm here again. This year. Flights after Christmas was what I did last year. Too expensive this year, so I'm doing it before. And
say who you are to the people.
I'm Braeden, and I'm a good friend of the family. Isaac and I have known each other for years and years.
Decades,
yeah.
even.
So they recruited me on back in, 2017 or something, and I'm giving my seat up.
And then, so we came back, and then Wiz and Bao are just our guys. This is Wiz.
Good friends of the program.
Get in here, Wiz. I heard you were a guest on this show. Is that true?
Yeah, I think I was a guest on this show. I mean, I don't want to come in and talk about my performance and views and whatnot, but I think I did all right.
Who are the two most notable? Who are the two most notable guests in show history?
Well, I think if you were to ask, hardcore fans, who were the best guests they've ever seen, it'd be in back-to-back episodes. One being former NFL player, current analyst on TSN, Luke Wilson, and the other being current farmer and Amherstburg native, Matt Wismer.
And a great student. And a
very close second.
And great operating off the pick and roll on the left side. Really, really just a deep three on the left wing extended. That's just hard to guard. What else on Florida? So Wiz and Bao, or we just kind of said, come to Florida, we'll figure it out. And that's kind of exactly what happened. Wiz, thoughts?
Yeah, it was kind of last minute.
And get in here, buddy.
Me and Bauer planned it 2 weeks ago, probably. And now okay.
No, you're good.
So we booked an Airbnb. We're staying with a very nice older couple.
Shout them out.
Who, Heather and Jesse from Airbnb. They are renting us a room in their house, and they make us breakfast in the morning. They're very nice. It's about 5 to 7 minute drive away from where the Chudner family is staying here. We got flights for super cheap. We got the Airbnb for super cheap. So we're here last minute, and we didn't have to break the bank to do it. But I don't know. Bauer's networking outside.
Yeah, Bauer.
This would be his bread and butter to talk about this.
We have executive privilege outside. We've got the Scots in English. That'll come on in a later episode.
Sure. Bracket's probably not going to happen, bracket.
You never know.
Yeah. I know.
We need to start to talk about the best plays in sports.
Okay, do we have so Florida? What about our Florida events? You want to save best plays in sports for last? Just wrap up Florida, or just
wrap up Florida.
So we're in Florida. Florida consists of a lot of walking, a lot of baseball this time around, a lot of catch, a lot of basketball, a lot of bocce, a lot of football watching. What else? Some beach time today.
Tennis.
A lot of tennis. I was ripping a lot of pickleball, but the pickleball players just call it pickle. I learned. So it's hey, you want to go play pickle? So I started working that in.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's true. So it's you want to go play basketball? You just say, hey, want to go play basket? That's what we should probably do. Takers, 0 for 3.
Want to go play 10?
No, buddy, that's lame.
I know.
Baseball, let's go play base.
Yeah,
Let's go
so
play
we play a lot of sports. We play a lot of sports. We do a lot of fun stuff. We talk to a lot of people. Anything interactions. We've had a lot of funny interactions with random people.
You carrying the baby on the beach yesterday seemed to be a bit odd.
Who wants to tell that one? I want a guest to tell it. Wiz says me. Braeden, do you want to tell or you want me to?
I'll tell the Cole's Notes version.
Cole's Notes, get in here, buddy.
Get in
here, Cole.
Sparks Notes or Cole's Notes, whatever generation you belong to. So we're on the beach. Isaac and Bauer end up racing to the pier by some, weird circumstance. They race to the pier. Wiz has his eyes strategically placed over Isaac's ball cap. Anyway, Isaac and Bauer race to the field. Or race to the pier. This is Isaac, in case you were wondering.
It takes more. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're racing to the pier, and Isaac beats Bauer in the race. He then sees a older woman chasing after like some kind of bag that is, flying down the beach. The sound meter actually says that I am giving enough sound.
Sorry.
So your hands were nice and cold.
I have ice water. Keep going.
And so Isaac makes a very high level athletic play, runs down this bag that's flying down the beach, picks it up in like a stumble. Oh, I'm getting a seat now. I'm now sat in both co-host seats. So he picks up the bag and hands it back to the lady. Okay, thank you. Okay, and so they speak little English. They're Hispanic of some nature, and they make that was the first interaction. Second interaction. Isaac and Bauer are playing cornhole. That's a separate story, but I'm not going to really get into it because it's SparkNotes version. They're playing cornhole. Yeah, Tal flexing. They're playing cornhole, and Wiz and myself, we join.
It's good, clean fun.
It's good, clean, innocent fun, okay? Playing cornhole with these people we met.
Get going, Cole.
Then, or Spark. Mr. Spark to you, buddy. So then these ladies walk by. They have a stroller, and they have what looks like a kind of like a cooler. And Bauer runs over to the lady with the stroller, says, hey, do you want me to carry the stroller? And so he carries it across the beach. The lady's very thankful. And then Isaac's runs over to this other lady with the cooler and says, would you like help with the cooler? He takes the cooler.
Protein is important, and this is a long story.
It's a good one.
No, it's worth it.
It is worth it.
It's a cooler.
If you're on YouTube.
And what do you know? It's, in fact, not a cooler. It's a baby carriage, and there's a 3-month-old Hispanic child named Antonella in that baby carriage.
It's true.
Yeah, all of a sudden we look in. She's sleeping. She looks very peaceful, very, very cute. And so Isaac gingerly carries it across the beach, gives it back to the family. We make friends with them. It's a great interaction. It was really, really great. Who are you waving to?
Okay,
so now
trying to get Daniela in the pod. That'd be excellent material.
Okay, Tal, bring us back to the script.
Okay, we're going to go back to the script here.
Go to the truth notes.
We've had good times. One of the things that we enjoy is sports. Sports, there's so many good things. We like playing, we like talking about it, we like watching. Now we're going to do a little segment on your favorite plays in sports. Most of the time, it's just kind of a general play. You can throw in a couple of specific plays if you want. Turtles are very important. So I'm going to give you an example of a fun play in sports that everybody loves, that I like, one of my favorites. The strike him out, throw him out play in baseball. It's easy, quick. It's how you get 2 outs, like just traditional double plays. Strike him out, throw him out. It's a more fun double play.
Okay, so
See, what do you got?
Okay, I got back to the strike him out, throw him out. For our viewers who aren't big baseball fans, they might not know what strike him out, throw him out is. So give them a quick explanation on it.
Okay, baseball, you get 3 strikes. On that 3rd strike, you're out. Now, if there's a man on first and he's trying to steal second, or a man on second is trying to steal third, catcher catches that 3rd strike. He whips the baseball down to either second or third. Guy tags out the runner, strike him out, throw him out.
Okay, that's a great one. My choice, and I said this in the car when we were kind of, briefing before this episode, is a long ball that's hit in baseball that goes beyond the fence, and it's going to be a home run, and it gets stolen by the outfielder over the wall. They jump over the wall, extend over the wall, bring it back. Everyone's like, does he have a ball? Does he have a ball? He does.
Plays there. That's awesome.
Okay, next.
Mine, I'm bringing the hockey presence to this pod. My favorite is when there's an empty netter and the goalie scores.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's
their
a
own
good
net
one.
So good.
Into the other empty net.
I think Billy Smith from the Islanders in the 80s was the first guy to ever score those.
Yeah?
When?
I'm not sure. The 80s. And you're going to say, when did I ask? It's not funny.
All right,
Hello,
I got
2021. Not here anymore.
Okay, buddy. 80s isn't here. 80s isn't here anymore either.
80s is here.
Pinning opponent on the 1. Can we talk about it?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. It's best play in sports. It doesn't happen nearly enough. A great punt that just rests right on the one, or the special teamer makes a great play.
Special teamer dives in the end zone and tosses it back. That's the best.
That fires me up. Another one, stealing home plate. Doesn't happen a lot. Great stuff. Love that one.
Good content. Jackie Robinson.
Shout out Jackie Robinson.
Jackie.
A thick six.
Oh, that's good. You described that.
So this can be offense or defense, either way. Just when a big fella scores a touchdown, it just fires you up.
280 plus.
I wouldn't put a number on it because like a big fullback might even do it for me, depending on the size of him.
Michael
You know,
Stott.
Yeah.
walk-off grand slam. Shout out Freddie Freeman and shout out
Yeah.
Amherstburg. A fake punt / fake field goal has to be successful because the unsuccessful ones look terrible.
Yeah, they do.
Another one, returning missed field goal for a touchdown. Auburn, Alabama.
Alabama.
Feed me.
Feed me.
That's great.
Knockout at the bell for any sport. I'm kind of thinking UFC. RIP Justin Gaethje. That was a lot of fun, but that's a deep cut. Skyhook. Skyhook doesn't happen, but every dude's like, that's a nifty little play. And then everyone makes a Kareem reference. So I like
sure.
that. Wiz has got one. Go ahead, Wiz.
No. Shout out Xavier Simpson on the skyhook.
Oh, he's got a hook. Did you know that?
Then toe tap catch on the sideline. You see it, but it just gets me going. It fires me up. I'm a simple guy. I like toe tap catches.
So, who likes bunting? Anybody like bunting?
I do.
Do you? So, what about the third baseman running in barehanded and throwing it to first?
Oh. I thought you were going to pull up the suicide squeeze.
Suicide squeeze is a whole different thing, but bunting for a hit, that's no good.
I agree.
Okay, I got a couple that.
Suicide
Wiz,
squeeze
Wiz,
is
you
solid.
go. You go,
ahead,
Wiz.
No, I was just going to talk about I'm a fan of bunting. I like the advanced
Really?
one. Plus the suicide squeeze. Why not? If you grab me, the mic, the meter's all the way.
Yeah, the meter's all the way.
meter's all the way.
Isaac's a little manic when it comes to that stuff.
I'm done.
Okay, I got one. So in basketball, I got one.
You got
and
one.
in basketball, when it's the clock is at 0.7 seconds and a team's down by 1 or 2, and you off the inbound throw it to the net and somebody tips it in.
That's a great
That's
play.
a great play.
Great
That was one. And then the other one I wanted to add is a new one I didn't know existed. A fake. So they snap the ball in football, and then you fake the trip and stumble, you and your running back together to fool the entire defense, and you throw it over the top to whoever you feel like.
What do you call that?
I don't know. Jared Goff and Gibbs did it today.
Yeah, we just call it a lovin' Laporta.
Sure. When
Yeah.
when
Don't
you're
call it that.
don't call it that. But when you're in a jam, call Sam Laporta.
For sure.
Yeah, that'll hit. Okay, so where else? So we're doing good. Do we have any more best plays? Those are some really good plays that happen in sports.
Listen, the triple reverse where they end up throwing it back to the quarterback and he throws it to the wide receiver. Joe Montana was the first guy to do that. The quarterback, not the linebacker. So much fun. That's a good fake play.
All right. What else do we have to talk about? Is that it? Do we want to talk Florida wrap up? What else?
4-point play in hoops is fun. Get fouled shooting a three.
That's a casual take.
long
4-point
as
plays happen all the time,
as long
buddy.
as it's not James Harden, it's all good.
I still like them.
Okay,
Yeah,
I still
I
like
still
them
like
too. Okay, what do you want to talk movies at all? Did you
No.
watch anything on the way here?
No, did not watch much. I did the majority of the driving.
Yeah.
So
Good
it
job.
was-
He drove. Really good work to him.
Yeah, good work. 20 hours. Windsor, Naples. Georgia sucks. Driving in Georgia sucks.
Yep. So Bauer's back. Do we have anything else to wrap up with? Any closing thoughts?
Yes.
We just go around the horn with closing remarks?
Yeah, it goes
Around the
like,
horn.
So you do the off the tops to close out as well.
Off the bottom.
Off the bottoms. So, okay, my thought, you said something about movies. I was thinking, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. We're chipping away at it 2 nights ago and last night / yesterday during the day, and I love it. We kind of just, picked our spots with, like, what scenes we wanted to watch and just chipped away at it. We're, halfway through or so now? So, shout out to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Quentin Tarantino. I like him.
Shout him out. That's good. Any closing remarks? You done?
I'm done.
Good work.
Bow, you're up.
Bow, go.
I agree. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I liked it a lot, but I didn't realize how much of a comedy it was. Truly hilarious scenes in that. Isaac, say our favorite scene.
Well, our favorite scene is his favorite scene, so I'll let him go.
Okay, you go.
Well, I've got a couple other closing remarks before I jump on
Okay,
that.
I do too, though.
Okay.
But this is one segment. You got to just say the scene.
Hands are registered as lethal weapons. Yeah, it's called manslaughter, man. Kill anybody, go to jail.
There it is.
Maybe not verbatim. That's kind
Yeah,
of
that was paraphrased, but you get the point.
paraphrasing.
I went and met the Chudners' family friends out back, I guess, of their...
Scottish friends, they're awesome.
Yeah, they're such incredible people. Like some of the greatest
They're-
people I've met.
They're
awesome.
rock stars.
So I don't know what we've touched on here, but I hope that Isaac carrying a baby was touched on.
Yes,
If
of
not,
course it
okay,
was.
okay, that cashes. That cashes.
Okay.
Florida's awesome. Thank you, everyone.
Good. No, Wiz.
Wiz is up.
Closing remarks.
My
Get in there,
closing
buddy.
remarks. We had the college football playoff first round this weekend, which let's just say the games weren't that great.
Poop.
But we're hoping that the next round will be better, and we're not out on the 12-team playoff yet. We're not. No, we're not out. Those are my closing remarks.
Great, Isaac.
We're not.
We're not.
No, I have no remarks other than how lucky we are. This is wonderful. This is going great. It takes more. Could be a closing remark. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all the great things we have in life. Let's keep living it up. Let's win the day. Let's win every day. Thank you.
Okay, I'm finding out. Listen, 143 episodes for me to do with my kid and his buddies is awesome. So thank you for that. Thank you for Daniela for allowing us to do this manic stuff.
Shout out, Mom.
She often says,
Yeah,
I'm
right.
tired
Shout out,
of
Mom.
I'm
Shout
tired
out.
of living
Shout
in a
out, Mrs.
frat
Schumer.
house. This would be a frat house. So thanks to all you guys. Peace out.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to everybody.